Hello, welcome to Arsenal Studios. This is Learning English with Movies. In this video, we will talk about one of my favorite action thrillers, Speed. We will also practice using the present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. If you're new here, the goal of this channel is to help intermediate English language students practice and improve their English skills by using movies as the main topic. If you like our content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Dutch director Jan de Bont made his feature film directing debut with the action thriller Speed in 1994. The movie stars Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Jeff Daniels, and Dennis Hopper. The central premise of the movie involves a bus that has been modified by a terrorist to blow up if its speed drops below 50 miles per hour. A premise is a statement that explains the main scenario of a story. After the critical and financial success of 1988's Die Hard, Hollywood producers quickly tried to capitalize on the movie's formula. As a result, several Die Hard knockoffs were released. Among the most successful were Speed, Under Siege, Passenger 57, and Air Force One. A knockoff is a copy or imitation, especially of an expensive or designer product, in this case a movie. In fact, Speed is considered by many to be a Die Hard on a bus. For this reason, producers originally offered Speed to Die Hard director John McTiernan. Not wanting to repeat himself, McTiernan turned down the offer but suggested Jan de Bont, his cinematographer, to direct the film. Filmmaker Jan de Bont started his career as a director of photography for successful action thrillers such as Die Hard, The Hunt for Red October, and Basic Instinct. Canadian actor Keanu Reeves started his career by appearing in theater productions, commercials, and TV shows. He made his feature film debut with 1986's sports drama Youngblood, starring Patrick Swayze and Rob Lowe. His breakout role came in 1989 with the comedy Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. A breakout role is a performance of an actor or actress which contributed significantly to the development of their career and beginning of critical recognition. He followed his success by appearing in independent films. However, it was 1994's Speed that turned Keanu Reeves into an action superstar. Since then, he has starred in critically acclaimed films as well as Hollywood blockbusters. Some of his most memorable films include Point Break, The Matrix, Constantine, and John Wick. The latest installment of the John Wick franchise, titled John Wick 4, is scheduled for a March 2023 theatrical release. An installment is any of several parts of something which are published, broadcast, or made public in sequence or intervals. Reeves is currently working on the John Wick spin-off Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas. A ballerina is a female ballet dancer. Sandra Bullock is an award-winning actress and producer. After working on small independent films, Bullock found fame with Sylvester Stallone's sci-fi action thriller Demolition Man. However, it was her role in Speed that catapulted her into superstardom. Catapulted means to become famous or important very suddenly. Since then, she has appeared in many successful comedies such as Miss Congeniality, 2 Weeks' Notice, and The Proposal, as well as dramas such as Time to Kill, Premonition, and Gravity. Congeniality is the quality of being friendly and pleasant. In 2006, Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves reunited for the romantic drama The Lake House. In 2009, she won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in The Blind Side. Blind Side is a direction in which a person has a poor view, typically of approaching danger. In football and rugby, is the side opposite the one toward which the person is looking. Bullock was last seen in the 2022 action comedy The Lost City and the action thriller Bullet Train. Dennis Hopper was an acclaimed American actor, director, and photographer, best known for his acting and directing 1969's Easy Rider. The film not only became a success with critics and audiences, but also undoubtedly changed the entire film industry. Hopper found newfound fame with 1986's Blue Velvet and Hoosiers, for which he received an Academy Award nomination. Hoosiers are the people of the U.S. state of Indiana. He also found success in Hollywood action blockbusters such as Speed and Waterworld. The plot of Speed centers on Los Angeles police officer Jack Traven, played by Keanu Reeves, who enrages a former bomb squad member named Howard Payne, played by Dennis Hopper, by thwarting his attempt to take hostages. Thwarting, or to thwart, means to oppose a plan, attempt, or ambition successfully. In retaliation, Payne equips a bus with a bomb that detonates if the speed goes below 50 miles per hour. To equip means to supply with the necessary items for a particular purpose. Jack and his partner Harry, played by Jeff Daniels, with the help of vivacious bus driver Annie, played by Sandra Bullock, attempt to save the passengers before the bomb goes off. Vivacious, especially of a woman or girl, is attractively energetic and enthusiastic. Speed was a critical and financial success, spawning a sequel, Speed 2: Cruise Control, in 1997. The sequel, once again directed by John DeBond, starred Sandra Bullock, Jason Patric, and Willem Dafoe. Keanu Reeves did not return for the sequel, so Annie's on a Caribbean vacation with a new beau, Alex, played by Jason Patric. A beau is a person's boyfriend or male admirer. In the film, the couple travel to the Caribbean on a lavish cruise ship that is hijacked by the villain Geiger, played by Willem Dafoe. Lavish means sumptuously rich, elaborate, or luxurious. Hijacked means an unlawfully seized aircraft, ship, or vehicle in transit, forced to go to a different destination or used for one's own purposes. After learning that the ship is programmed to crash into an oil tanker, Annie and Alex try their best to stop it while they are trapped aboard the ship. Unfortunately, the sequel was not as well received as the original, receiving mostly negative reviews. In order to practice your listening skills, we will take a look at a clip from the movie. Pay special attention to the key vocabulary as well as intonation and pronunciation. In this scene, Officer Jack Traven, played by Keanu Reeves, has just witnessed an explosion. Howard Payne, played by Dennis Hopper, the man responsible for the explosion, calls Jack on a public telephone. Howard is angry that Jack stopped the kidnapping plot he had been setting up for 2 years. Setting up, or to set up, means to make the arrangements necessary for something. He also tells him that he has a level of commitment that Jack would never understand. Commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or activity. In fact, Howard feels that Jack has ruined his life. To ruin means to destroy, spoil, or damage irreparably. He accuses Jack of having blinders on and failing to see the truth. Blinders are something that prevents someone from gaining a full understanding of a situation. Jack, worried about the attack against innocent people, asks why he just doesn't go after him. To go after someone means to chase or follow someone in order to catch them. Howard explains that the reason why he's asking for a ransom is so that he could have a nest egg for his retirement. A nest egg is a sum of money saved for the future. As a result, he has a new plan to ask for money. He tells him his plan by asking Jack a pop quiz. A pop quiz is a short, informal test that is given without any warning. Before we watch the clip, I would like to invite you to check out my online course at Thinkific. The Learning English with Movies course was designed for intermediate English language students who love movies and filmmaking. You can practice your English reading and listening skills, learn your key vocabulary and grammar, and confirm your comprehension with fun quizzes. The Learning English with Movies Kindle ebook is also available from Amazon. For more information as well as fun and useful tips and recommendations, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Now let's get back to the video.
What do you think, Jack? You think if you pick up all the bus drivers' teeth, they'll give you another medal? Jeez. You think I wouldn't have been prepared? 2 years I spent setting up that elevator job. 2 years I invested myself in it. You couldn't understand the kind of commitment that I have. You're wearing a man's life's work, and you think you can walk away. You got blinders on to the world. But I got your attention now, didn't I, Jack?
Why didn't you just come after me?
No, this is about me. This is about my money. This is about money due me. which I will collect. $3.7 million. It's my nest egg, Jack. At my age, you gotta think ahead.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot. There's a bomb on a bus. Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50, it blows up. What do you do? What do you do?
I'd want to know what.
Now let's practice some useful grammar structures. The present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. The present perfect simple can be used to discuss incomplete activities that began in the past but are still true in the present. It's frequently used with since and for. Example, I've known Jack Traven for many years. The present perfect continuous can also be used to discuss incomplete activities that began in the past but are still true in the present. It's also frequently used with since and for. Example, Howard Payne has been planning his hijacking scheme for 2 years. There isn't always a clear distinction between the two tenses' meanings. This is particularly true with the verbs like live, work, and study. Example, Keanu Reeves has worked in movies since 1986. Keanu Reeves has been working in movies since 1986. However, sometimes there is a difference in meaning. For instance, to emphasize how much time has passed, we use the present perfect continuous. Example, she has been driving the bus for hours. In most cases, the present perfect simple is neutral. Example, she has driven the bus for hours. However, when discussing how much or how many, the present perfect simple is frequently used. Example, Payne has killed at least 12 people this week. Jack Traven has destroyed at least 10 cars this morning. While the present perfect concentrates on the fact that the activity is finished, the present perfect continuous frequently emphasizes the action itself. Example, Harry has been talking to Jack about the hijacking. Harry has talked to Jack about the hijacking. Please note that we can use yet and already with the present perfect simple. Example, has the hijacker asked for the ransom yet? Jack has already gotten on the bus. When the activity is complete and the consequence follows from the completion of the action, the present perfect simple is used. Example, Jack Traven has saved so many people, so now he can relax. Annie has broken up with Jack, so she will go on a cruise with Alex. When the outcome is a direct result of the activity, the present perfect continuous is used. Whether or not the entire activity is completed is unimportant. The result is often something we can see, hear, smell, or feel. Example, the bus has been speeding, so there are crashed cars everywhere. Jack and Harry have been running up the stairs, so they are tired. The present perfect continuous can also be employed to illustrate the temporary nature of something. Example, Annie has been dating policemen lately. Thanks for watching. Have you seen Speed? What did you think of the sequel? What's your favorite Keanu Reeves action movie? Write down your thoughts in the comments below.